Hello again, welcome back. I am Anna Delman and it is day 19 of my personal challenge. And yesterday my focus was on the necessity of discipline. So yesterday I was just thinking through that and realized how imperative it was for a new beginning and a new future and a new destiny. So today again I am focusing on discipline, and there we have it. And my notes: discipline dismisses negativity and encourages positivity. And when we at war and fight to change the circumstances of our lives internally, it begins with us inside. Our exterior beyond us cannot change if we do not have the new attitude, and a new attitude can only become ours if we discipline ourselves. We have to force the change. We have to force the gripping onto those things that are essential to our changing our lives, and ousting that negativity. That requires an understanding of our circumstances, our internal conflicts, and those things that are inside of us which don't serve us well, and then replacing them with positivity. However, if we don't know what those positive things are which we need in our life, or what that ideal is, or what the ultimate purpose is of what a positive outcome is, or a positive internal change needs to be, we won't get it. So we need to be thinking about that deeply. As mentioned before, mine is my worldview, my perspective on what that is foundationed. And as shared before, it is, for me, God. Another thing we need to do is, once we've understood those circumstances for ourselves, we need to cultivate the change. We need to do all we can to uproot, pull out, discard the negative things, and then establish those new things in its place. If you just cancel out the negativity and you don't have something positive to focus on, you're going to just have emptiness, and that is just the status quo that is open once again for those negative things in the quiet moments, in the not knowing what to do next moments. Well, they will show their ugly head and appear once again. So we need to war with ourselves, as we discussed the other day. Dig in our heels and say, this is it. This is the moment where I need to make those changes in my life for a better and brighter tomorrow. We need to war with those grumblings, the discontent, and root it out. We need to capture our thoughts and hold them accountable to that foundation, to that truth that we know will stimulate us and encourage us and direct us towards that change which must come about. So important, and that is why I have discipline down for a second day. And just so I can share with you my little personal note, it hasn't been spiked yet, and I will do that as soon as we've hung up. And here is my little spike platform, a spiked platform, and it's the spike on my block of wood is actually more significant than just something to keep the papers in check. I came up with that because I thought I need to have something sharp to stab at every day, like to slap it down and say, this is it. So when I write out a note and I slap it down, and it becomes permanent, and this is it. And it's like, spike it, stick it to life, sticking to work on myself to do something better for my future. And that is it. And I kind of like that idea, and I hope you do too. I hope you're encouraged by it. Sometimes a simple thing like finding a block of wood in a construction pile and then sticking a kebab skewer through it, or kebab spike, whatever you want to call that little kitchen thing, in it, and having it becomes a foundation, the platform for documenting what our future will be. So that is day 19. And what are the fun things I have for the day? I didn't take a walk yesterday. I skipped 2 days, and today I will be taking a 20-minute level terrain walk, because that's what my body tells me I can do. If I sit at home and I just keep sitting in a chair, it's not going to change. I'm not going to get my muscles stronger for the next day. So if I take a walk today, which is a disciplined decision and a discipline to actually change my shoes later in the day and head out there, I won't have stronger muscles. I won't facilitate my recovery. And that's the same for our internal attitude. If we don't take those little steps that we need to do and need to make along the way to change our mindsets, it's not going to happen. Often that doesn't occur in a moment. It is a progression over time to come to the point, to the realization, and it's an understanding of what we are and who we are and what are those things in our lives that we need to change. We can see other people prospering and functioning better than we are. Sure, that could be that they are in exuberant health and we are not. I'm not making light of anybody's situation. Sometimes life is just in a difficult place and you cannot do anything more than what you're doing. I get it. But you can slowly start changing your mindset, looking around you. What are the good things in your day, in those moments that can serve you for a future? A year ago, I couldn't have had as long a conversation with you as I'm having now. I couldn't have. I could have tried, but you would have noticed my chest lifting and my breathing, every sentence I made, and how that affected even my communication ability. I am so amazed at how those dependent thought processes and thoughts at that time on what should be different about life and how God allowed that all to be changed for me. Again, I hope you'll come back tomorrow for day 20 of our discussion and our time of encouragement. Take care and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.